Hello again, this is Bob Babblion about relationships. Now, last time we were talking about how if you could not communicate to anybody your needs and wants. Now, a child is like that. It doesn't really know what it wants, what the child needs. And trying to communicate to you in some level, some means that the child has some kind of a need for food, some kind of need for affection. Just to sit there with a child, hug them, love them as much as you can. Quality time doesn't mean quantity. Quality means that whenever you get a moment, you hug that child and you tell that child you love them. You try to teach that child they got choices, and from those choices have results, outcomes, and they have to take responsibility for anything that goes wrong out of those choices and accept the good and bad. Because in every choice there's some level of good and bad. It's either for the good's for you, or the bad's for somebody else, or the bad, some kind of a mutual compromise there, where everything's not going to be hunky-dory. Not everything's going to be one way, unless you're dealing with the government. That's a one-way street there. The government has authority over you, and let's talk about that. I was sitting there thinking the other day, why is it that the government has so much damn control over people's lives? Now here's the deal, I figured it out. Okay, you have the U.S. government, the U.S., United States of America, the so-called Constitution. You have the federal government that controls the state government. The state government controls the county controls the city controls the community. Now you have to think about this for a minute. This so-called currency, this money, if you look at it, it says it's the property of the United States. So that tells you right there that that's their property. They can take it anytime they want. They don't have to ask for permission, because they're cheaters, they're liars. Because if they want your money, they can come and get it anytime they want. Now you're sitting there in your house on the government's land, because you're paying property taxes to sit there, you're paying rent. Yeah, you people who pay rent can get a tax credit, property tax credit, in case you didn't know that. So, here's the thing. The government owns the land that your house is sitting on. So, since your house is sitting on their property, they determine that they have the say and authority of what goes on inside your house. Okay? Because it's their property. You purchased it with their money. That's right. You purchase everything that you purchase with their currency, their property. You exchanged everything that you own with their currency. So that apparently gives them the right in their minds to come and take anything that they choose to take. Have authority over everything that's inside your environment. Can come along and tell you what you can do and what you can't do, and that's where the friction becomes that big F in life that we have to learn to freaking kick out. So the thing is, you don't have to tell the government anything, but if the government wants to come inside your home, they do have the procedures where they have to get a search warrant and all this crap. And let me tell you, what I've learned is that you really don't own your home. And let's say you have the abilities to repair your home. Let's say you have the abilities to do drywall. You have the abilities to do construction. You have the abilities to do electrical, plumbing, heating. Now, just because you have these abilities, the government thinks in their mind that you have to pay some money so you could fix up your own home. Because we regulate health and safety. And since you may not live in that home all the rest of your life, well, the city's got to monitor what you do inside that home. So somehow or another, this gives them control. Whereas you have to go down and get some type of permit for drywall, for electrical, for plumbing. And you could just tell the government to screw off and just don't say nothing and play this game against them. But be careful that the environmental inspector that rides around checking everybody's yards, because if your grass is too tall, they're going to tell you to cut it down. And then let me tell you, if you don't, they'll come and do it when you're not paying attention. And you'll get this bill for like $300 or $400. You wonder, what the hell is this bill? Well, the government will do whatever they want on your property, take whatever they want off your property. And you may sit there and think, damn, what gives them the right to do that? And now you know, they own us all, everything that you own, because you purchased it with their currency. So if you're using their currency to buy this crap that you got in your life, also keep in mind that that's why the government can take whatever they want or enter your home with the proper procedures. But if you invite the government in to your home, then you invited the devil, because then the devil will look around inside your house and take control. See, there's where you have to figure out who is the true terrorist. Because if my neighbor came over to me and tried to tell me what to do inside my home, or I came over to your house and tried to overwhelm you with all this crap that you're supposed to do inside your home, you're going to probably look at me and tell me to get the F out of your house and never to return. Okay, now consider this factor for a minute. Here you have the Bush administration going over to another country, telling them what they can do and what they can't do. And everybody sits and wonders, why the hell did this other country try to harm us? So you have to figure out, well, if George Bush didn't go over there, make these demands on another country, another neighbor, which he has no business doing, because they shouldn't be sticking his nose where it don't belong. Because like I said, if I stuck my nose in your business and try to tell you what to do, you're going to come back rebellious. You're going to tell me that you're going to fight me. You're going to kill me possibly if I continue to come to your house and tell you what to do in it. Well, here's what George Bush or this government does. They go over to these other countries, try to push this crap down their throat, this so-called democracy and this capitalistic. And the thing is, they don't practice democracy. I'll get to that in a minute if I got time in this video. But here's the reality. Who is really the terrorist? I would have to say it's the government. Because if they can come in and do anything that they want at any time and take control over your life, push your buttons. So the thing is, how can you actually live detached from the government? Since their army's bigger than yours, unless you got a bigger army that they don't know about. But I guarantee you, the way things are today, technology, video cameras every freaking place on the street, phone surveillances. Every time you say something, it goes into a computer, and you might red flag something. Whoopie-doo. So the thing is, I have nothing to hide, so I really don't give a crap. So there's nothing in my life that they can try to use against me, because I've lived a respectable life. I respect the laws to a point. But if their army's bigger than mine, I can't win that battle. God's going to win that battle for me, because God's going to do things to make them spend their little green God on. Because God reacts to nature. He controls nature, which way the wind blows. So I just leave that alone, because I know that there's not much I can do about that. Unless I leave this country and go somewhere else, go find a little island somewhere and live my life out. But I would have to take my ex-wife with me because of my son. I would have to take her husband. I would have to take all his people. And oh, Jesus, I don't know if I could do all that. But anyway, so it's easier just to stay here in this crappy little community and be aware of what's going on and not play around in the government's arena. Because you play in the government's arena, then you have opened the door for them to try to monitor your movements, observe you closer, and if they choose to stop you on the street and look into your life, the first thing that they're going to ask you is your ID. And if you don't have an ID, well, you're going to probably be in trouble for that. Running out of minutes. Have a